it's time for chair yoga. So glad that you could join me today. Let's sit up nice and tall with that good yoga posture, sitting back in your chair so that your shoulders, hips, and ears are all in line. Let's just close our eyes for a moment and breathe, bringing our focus into the room. Good. Feel that body relax as we get ready to focus on those muscles. Nice big deep breath. Good. Breathing way deep into the abdomen. So breathing deeply into that abdomen, way down to the bottom. Getting those lungs clear, getting that oxygen in the body. Good. Let's go ahead and open up our eyes if you have your eyes closed with me. Let's go 1 foot forward. We're going to inhale, lift, and reach it up. Good, and then reach it forward, just nice and gentle. A little bit of a bellows movement with an inhale and an exhale. Good, opening. Getting that oxygen in those lungs. Exhaling, bringing it in. Good. Good, exhale. Good, reach. Let's hold this one right here, nice and gently. We're still kind of warming up. Good. Feel that stretch. Maybe your palms are out, giving away all the love that you've got right there. I'm giving it right back at you. Good. Feel that nice stretch in the hamstring. Can you lower just a little bit? Keep those ears, shoulders, and hips in line. It's a hinge right at that hip. And bring it up. Good. Pull that foot back. Let's roll those shoulders. Oh, anybody getting a snap and a crackle in that shoulder? I do today. You know what we've been doing, but I get it. All right, so put that other heel forward. We're going to reach it up. Good. Then we're going to inhale, bellows. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, bellows. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, bellows. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, bellows. One more time with that inhale. Exhale. Let's open it up here. Give it away. Shoulders are down. Get them out of your ears. Stretching through that leg. Hinging at the hip a little bit more so you feel that stretch. Good. And then let's bring it all the way back up. Let's bring that foot back to the originating position, bringing those feet nice and wide. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Let's just do a little cat and cow here. So push your belly button back. Think of that bowl analogy I like to use. So where I'm filling the bowl with water, and then I'm exhaling and opening it up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. Getting that nice movement through that pelvis. Inhale and exhale, working that back. Good. All right, let's hold it here, hold it here. Feel that stretch forward. Good, and then let's come all the way back. In this wide leg position right here, let's take one hand, turn and twist with a look up to the corner. So look up to the corner, to the side. Bring it back to the center. Let's do the other side. So we look up into the corner, feeling that stretch in the side. Good. Bring it back to the center. Now let's do the opposite. So we're going to turn, but this time I want you to look down towards the floor corner. Bring it back. Other side. Look down to that floor corner. And then let's bring it right to the center. Let's shrug it up and down just that little bit. Good. Let's walk those feet in. Yesterday we stayed seated for quite a long time, so we're going to stand up and do some things today. just be mindful, if you like to stay seated in the chair, almost all the exercises that we do, you can stay seated and do just like we did yesterday. So let's add that kick. Kick it out right here. Getting that blood circulating through that body. Good, all right, and then let's plant those feet and come all the way up. Let's stand behind our chair. So bringing yourself behind your chair, I'm going to stand to the side of my chair so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's bring those legs out a little wide, not too wide. Good, and we're just going to rock a little bit side to side, stretching through that inner part of the hip. If you did that 8 or the 9:30 class with me today, we did a lot of movement that worked these muscles, so we're stretching those muscles right here. Good, add that little hip push. Hip push. Good, hold it here, hold it to that one side maybe, lift through the chest, turn, look up to that corner. Good, bring it back to the center, push the hip the other way, slightly to the back, look up and to that diagonal corner. Good, I'm just making sure that we're checking to see if there's any cobwebs. Not in here, I don't see any. All right, let's bring them all the way back to the center. Good, and then walk those feet in. Good job. So I'm going to stay here. We're going to work just a little bit on the muscles in the legs. So turn your feet out ever so slightly, and we're going to take a step, and actually not ever so slightly. I actually want you to turn them out as far as you can, okay? So from this position, we're going to come down, and I want you to watch as the knees come down. Hold your chair if you need it. As the knees come down over the toes. So don't let them come in, don't let them come way far out either. So this is goddess pose in yoga, and we're working those inner thighs. So on the way up, I want you to think about we're squeezing through that inner thigh, squeezing the buttock muscle to come up. And we can do some counter arms here. So let's lift those arms up. We're going to bring them right overhead. We could just stay right here. Or we could add that elevation of the arms over and then bringing them down. Now you decide. It could be hands on the hips. If you don't have that reach of the arms, that's okay. Good. So coming down, reach. Keeping that chest lifted. Let's do 2 more. And here's that last one right here. Hold it here, hold it here. Feel the strength building in those legs. Good. Similar to a wall squat, for those of you out there that know what a wall squat is. Good, we're gonna hold it up, bring it up. Let's take those feet, bring them forward and kick those legs out. Good. Very good. All right. So, I'm going to turn my chair so that you can see me better. And we're going to work a little bit using some yoga poses and a little bit of stretching pose. So we're going to take that one leg, it doesn't matter which, we're going to do both. We're going to set that leg all the way to the back, pushing the heel into the floor. When we face forward, inhale, lifting one arm or both. You decide. This is our warrior one pose. If you're seated in the chair, you could do this just like we did yesterday, with one leg open and one leg back. Good, and I want you to extend here. Pushing that heel back, keeping the knee nice and soft. Good, coming forward. Here's our bowing warrior, bowing over the chair. For some of us, we could clasp here and lean over. Good, for some of us, we don't even need the chair. We could bow our head all the way to the knee. You decide which person you are today. Good. So we're going to push through the front foot, come up, let those arms swing back, holding the chair if we need it, or not, either way. Good. Just like we did in the chair earlier, we're going to bring those arms to the cactus pose right here and do that bellows breathing. So we exhale, and we inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we're going to hold it in the front this time. So notice the knee is bent right here. Hands come together, elbows come together, and I want you to do just a little bit of a crunch. Still pushing that back foot to the back, crunching through that body, feeling the stretch in the upper part of that shoulder, and breathing. Good, building that strength in the leg, you should feel it. All right, let's inhale, come all the way up. Twist it open for that warrior two. Notice the back foot pivoted. And my instep, my heel is on the instep of the other foot. We could take a step back if you want that wider length right there. Good, and right here, let's just rock it back and forth. Think about, we're building strength today in that front leg. So think about that foot. I'm gonna let the weight come over the foot, then I'm gonna push. Come over the foot, and then I'm gonna push. Come over the foot, and then push. Now we're gonna hold it right here. Hold it right here, open, breathing. Good. All right, let's take those hands, we're gonna clasp them behind the head, keeping the pressure on that front leg right here. And we can do this in the chair, same movement, same warrior two, just like we normally would do in that chair. And then let's just rock it, using those elbows, lifting those elbows towards the sky, keeping the front leg bent, building strength. That is our motto for today. We're gonna build strength in that front leg. Good, rocking back and forth, working through the spine. All right, one more. Let's open them up right here. Open up those arms, softness in those knees. Open, reach, it's like you're holding the world and it's heavy. Good, keep that front knee bent. Let's rock that world over. Good, hold it. Beautiful. Good, and now you're saying that's enough for the front leg, right? Okay, so let's pivot it back. Take that back foot just slightly forward. Let's give that front leg a break. So we're gonna hinge that hip backward, pushing that tailbone back and slightly up, really stretching through that hamstring on that side, breathing. Good, maybe we can come down a little further, keeping those knees soft, don't lock out your knees. Breathing. All right, now put the foot on the floor and extend again through that hip. Push it back. So I want you to think about elongating, like I'm pulling your hip back. The foot is on the floor. Imagine it's trapped there and you can't lift the toe. So we're going to push that hip back, feeling that stretch in that hip, elongating, trying to make us a little taller. And then let's step it in and march it out. Good. All right. So I'm going to turn my chair to do the other side. Good. So we're going to bring that other leg back. Good. So the leg now that felt a little tall, right? A little elongated. There it is. So we're going to start in that warrior one position, holding the chair with one arm or inhaling and reaching both arms up. Good. Stretch it up. If you're in the chair, we've now changed sides. Stretching it up towards the ceiling, bowing here. Good. We can take that bow, clasp it behind, bow a little further, move the chair if you want to, lots of options. Just as a hinge at the hip, keeping the shoulders, ears, and hips in line. So what I'm not doing is I'm not curling here. I'm up and I'm straight. Good. Now, let's inhale and come up. Let those arms loose. Bring them up into that cactus pose. Here we go. We're going to do that bellows breathing with an exhale, bending that knee, keeping that knee bent, building that strength. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're building that strength. Keep that knee bent. Good. Keep that knee bent in the front at least a little bit. One more time. Good, we're going to bring it right back to the center, hands together, elbows together, crunch, right here, crunch it. Good, feel that stretch in the upper shoulder. Good, oh, that leg, I can feel it. Inhale, open. Let's bring it to that warrior two right here. So if you need to, you can take this step wider, slide back wider. Take a look. Heel of the front foot in the instep of the back foot. Sorry, my thing moved a little. All right, here we go. Let's rock. Just like we did before. The weight over the foot, push through the foot. Weight over the foot, push through the foot. Weight over and push. Weight over the foot and push. Good. All right. One more. Let's hold it right here. Hold it right here. Good. building that strength. That's our motto for today, building strength in those legs. So we're gonna open up here, we're gonna rock side to side, really stretching through those side muscles. Good, lifting those elbows to where it feels good to you. Good. All right, let's hold this one back there, hold it back, open up those arms like we're holding the world, trying to stack that shoulder nice and tall. Good, and bring those arms over. Good, and then let's come all the way up. Let's pivot ourselves back to the chair, taking that back foot forward just that little bit. Good, and we're gonna start with the toe lifted, heel is on the floor, pushing that hip back, leaning into that stretch. And breathing, softening through the leg, pushing that hip back. Good. Breathe, nice big deep breaths. All right, put that foot on the floor. Just like earlier, imagine that that foot is stuck on the floor and you can't lift the toe. So I want you to push through that hip again, elongate. Imagine that I'm pulling your hip back right from the top of the leg. I'm pushing that back, really getting that stretch, trying to help us with those sacral bone alignments. Good, and we're going to get a good stretch in the middle too to kind of reset a little bit. Good, all right, let's bring that forward. Now, let's take a wide step back. So a wide step back here. If this hurts your shoulder to extend like this, you could always be in here with a tabletop position, so it takes some of the pressure off the shoulder. Otherwise, we're out and we're extended with those ears between the arms with that wide stance. Good, now I want you to imagine I'm pulling your hips back with a strap, pulling them back, happy dog tails, right? No tucked tails. If your tail is tucked, you can't wag, right? With a happy dog tail, you can. Breathing. Nice big deep breath here. Softening through those hips, pushing it back. One more breath here. Good. Didn't that feel good? A nice reset. Let's bring it up. Bring it about mid-stride back to the beginning. So we're going to do just a little up dog here, pushing those hips forward, a little look up, and pushing those hips back. A little bit of a cat pose. So not quite all the way down dog. So it's an up dog and a cat pose. Good, curling through that spine, and then inhale and lift. One more. Last one. Good, all right. And then let's bring it all the way back to the center. Okay, so tomorrow, I will try to, tomorrow's yoga, it should be a balanced yoga, so I'll try to make sure that there's a balanced yoga that you see tomorrow. They're working in the NPR tomorrow, so it won't be live, but I'll put a video on about balance. So let's shift our weight over to the side, and we're gonna just do basic tree pose. So elementary tree pose has us doing a kickstand with our foot, putting our heel on our calf muscle or on the shin, and then we just stand, if we can, with our hands in prayer, or we hold on, and we can bring one hand up to prayer here, that's perfectly fine. Trying to stand up nice and tall as though I had taken a string and pulled upright from the middle. Good, so if we want to make this harder, we can bring that foot to the shin or the calf. Good. Now, you can make this harder, bringing that foot all the way to the thigh. I'm not going to do that for our purposes today. Good. Good. If you're seated in the chair, you could do the same movement with the foot and just balance there with one foot on the floor. Good. Good, and bring it down, march it out. So let's do that other side. So we shift over. We're bringing that simple tree pose with a kickstand. Bringing those hands to prayer if you can. Maybe you need to hold on to the chair. That's perfectly fine. Always a good option. And for those of us that want to make it harder, foot can go to that calf muscle. Thinking about standing straight, that I pull that line right up above you. Good. Balancing, breathing. Having trouble with that today on this side. Good, and then let's bring that foot down, march it out, and give it a wiggle. All right, very good. All right, so let's work just a little bit more on balance. We're going to work those hips just a little bit and work on standing on one foot. So we're going to just take one foot, and I just want you to swing it back and forth. If you need to turn slightly so that you're not kicking your chair, that's probably a good idea, right? Swinging that leg. And I want you to do it such that the leg is heavy, and so that you're not really using muscles. You're not, It's just an easy swing. Good, and put that foot down. Let's do the other side. Swing that leg. Good. All right, and then let's put that foot on the floor, march it out, and wiggle. All right, now we're going to hold one foot out. I want you to hold it right here and point and flex that foot. Point and flex that foot. Good. You could do this seated in your chair if you'd rather. Roll those ankles. And roll the other way. Good, put that foot down, let's do the other side. So we lift it up, point and flex. Good, and roll that ankle. And roll the other way. Good job. All right, and put that foot down, let's march it out. Let's do one more down dog on the chair, this time with a narrow stance. So let's walk it back, bringing those ears between the arms, extend it out, stretch it out, breathe, push those hips back. Feel that nice stretch. Good, oh, imagine I'm there, pulling those hips back and slightly up. Feel that stretch right into that hip. Oh, you want to make it a deeper stretch? Lift your toes. So the ball of the foot is on the floor, but you're lifting those toes. Wow, right? Good, and then let's bring those toes down. Let's walk it forward. And let's have a seat back in that chair. Good. All right. So I think it's been a little while since we've done some washing machines because unfortunately for me, my husband and I, it's just the two of us, and so I haven't been doing a lot of laundry, but let's do some laundry. So first one is small. It's just a delicate load. We're holding our elbows right here. It's just a small twist. It's a delicate load, nice and small. Good. Got our silks in there, everything that is really delicate that we don't want to agitate a lot. Good, now bring it back to the center. Let's take those hands out a little bit. Now here's our medium-sized load. Maybe these are our pants and our shirts. So maybe a little bit more agitation here, a little bigger movement. Keep those elbows lifted. We're working those twisting muscles. Good. All right, I just thought of something funny. I'll tell you here in just a minute. All right, now bring it right back to the center. Let's just take a break here. Catch your breath. That's a lot of agitating, right? Now let's bring out that big load right here. So we kind of went from medium right to the extra large load. Here we are, we're washing blankets and sheets and towels. Good. All right, twist it. Twist it. Feel those muscles working. We're agitating that laundry. Good. All right, last one. All right, bring those arms down. So here's what made me laugh. So at my house, a lot of times the guys will do the lawnmower and they'll get their socks all really dirty, so we have to do the soak cycle. So here's our soak cycle. Let's sit all the way back and just rest for a moment. There's that soak cycle. Doesn't that feel good? Reach those legs out. Maybe we can even bring those arms up and just soak, right? Oh, that feels good. Keep that head tilted forward. The head is heavy. Good. And then let's bring it all the way up. I guess we're done soaking for right now. So scoot your tail feathers back into the chair, right where the base of the chair and the top of the chair meet. If you don't have a hole to stick them through, you can stick them in that little fold that sticks together. So sitting up nice and tall, I want you to take your ear to one side. Good, and today we're going to look at the painting real quickly, up to one side and down to the other, working that diagonal movement, just how we started today, working diagonal movements. One more time, we're looking at that painting, trying to see if we like it. Hold your head right here, give it a shake like, I did not like that painting. Good, bring that ear over and all the way up. Now diagonal movement. Up and over. Good. One more time, let's hold it right here. Shake that head like you're saying, nope, I still don't like it. Good. I think it's Dr. Seuss that has a book all about hats. And that's right here, let's shrug those shoulders. And in the end, and throughout the whole book she says, I don't like your hat, I don't like your hat. And then finally at the end she says, I think I like that hat. And they are friends all of a sudden or something. It's kind of a sweet book. All right, let's roll those shoulders, big exaggerated roll. Good. Simple neck stretch right here. Let's bring those hands right here. Simple neck stretch is just shaking your head. Like you're saying, no way. For me, I would say no okra. I don't like okra. Good. Bring it right back to the center. I know some of you really do like it. My husband likes it. All right, let's nod our head yes. And I will always say yes to an extra scoop of ice cream. There you go. Well, maybe not always, but pretty much always. Good. You might be able to entice me with a cookie, but I'm not a cake eater. There we go, but I do love my ice cream. All right, I'm sure you have your thing too that you really like. All right, let's sit back in that chair. Just relax for just a little bit. Get yourself comfortable. No bucket seat, so don't sit in a slump. We're still sitting tall, but our chest is lifted, ears and shoulders are still in line, and we're comfortable in the chair. Closing your eyes for this last little bit, I want you to take that inventory of the muscles, that if you have one that's sore, give it a wiggle, and maybe breathe into that spot just a little bit. This would be a great time to turn the TV off and do your own meditation if you would like to do longer than about a minute. Otherwise, with me, let's just sit here quietly for the next minute or so, breathing, softening. Try not to think of one thing in particular, just letting all those thoughts just flicker through. And breathing. Let's bring our focus back into this room. And again, if you don't want to come back to reality yet, turn off the TV and just sit quietly by yourself. Otherwise, let's open up those eyes. Take that big deep breath. Inhale, bringing those hands to prayer. Prayer hands come down to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me with chair yoga today. I hope that you found today a little bit different and a good stretch and energizing, and just energizing for the rest of your day. Namaste.